Hello and welcome to this shorter neck and hip based yoga class for your pregnancy. I'm in my third trimester. My name is Rebecca and this should be suitable for any time during your pregnancy. Just remember to be gentle with yourself and listen to your body. So let's start in a seated position. You can grab a bolster of rock and sit on top of it. Just make sure that your spine is straight and long. Your legs are placed comfortably in front of you, either cross-legged or in front of each other, and your hands can rest gently on your legs. If you prefer, you can also hold on to your baby, hold on to your belly. If you like that connection, you can do that in a lot of the asanas in this practice. So take a few breaths to arrive onto your mat. Close your eyes if you like. Relax your shoulders and relax your face. Take deep inhales through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth. Taking a moment to arrive onto your mat, leaving everything that's been on your mind behind you, becoming present in this moment. And then bend your head forward and gently open your eyes again. You can place your hands comfortably on your legs, and we'll start with some neck and shoulder circles. So tilt your head over to the right, feeling the stretch in your left shoulder, and then gently and slowly come and do a half circle to the front, coming over to the left. Do this half moon rotation a few times at your own speed. Your gaze goes gently from side to side. And really feel the stretch in the back of your neck. This might be a little bit tight now, carrying this extra weight. And that's normal, but that's why it's good to give some special attention to your neck and shoulders in this time. One last time on each side. Coming a little bit further. And then inhale to center and extend your arms out, thumbs going back behind you as if you were trying to touch your thumbs together behind your back. Now lift your shoulders up to your ears and drop them back down. You want to have lots of movement right now, and then ultimately the goal is to keep the shoulders as far away from your ears as you can. But right now, we're going to go through some movements, up and down. Hunchback, and then ballerina. Strong back, long spine. A few more times. And then leave your shoulders down and keep them there as you rotate gently to the right. Your gaze can follow, looking at your right hand. Not too far. You want to be gentle with twists in your pregnancy. And back to center, going to the other side. Just until you feel the slight stretch. And again, let's switch sides. One last time to the left. And then coming back to center, bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers and press your hands away from you, rounding your back. Press forward, chin tucks towards your chest. And inhale, straighten, lengthen, open your arms, bring them back to heart center one more time with that straight spine. Interlace and press away from you, rounding especially the upper spine. Look down at that belly. It might be small, it might be big. but it has a wonderful miracle growing inside of you. How special. And one last time. Really feel the stretch. Try to touch your chin to your chest. And inhale. Lengthen and open those arms and circle your arms twice more. Only back. Going backwards, bringing your hands together possibly. And then leave your hands kind of behind you on your fingertips. And you can push up onto your knees. This doesn't have to be too far. Just should feel comfortable, giving some space to your hips. And then when you come down, you can remove your bolster block if you have one, bring it to the side. And we'll come onto all fours. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. And you can keep your toes tucked under as you go through one cow belly, gently dropping your belly down, looking up slightly, and exhale for your angry cat, rounding your spine. And then neutralize your spine. Inhale your right arm lifted up, and exhale, thread the needle, threading the arm underneath the left side. And then you can place your right shoulder onto the mat and gently press into the back side of your right hand. Lifting up your left shoulder. And one more time, inhaling, looking up to the right, stretch that arm up, and exhale. Press the back of your right hand into the mat, really feeling the stretch on your right shoulder blade. And one last time, inhale up and exhale. Come into the stretch. Your knees can be as far apart as they need to be to make room for your belly. If your belly is already there. You can also extend your left leg back and straighten it if that feels good for you for an extra stretch, or crawl your left hand forward. Bring some more movement. See if this feels right. And then coming back the way you went into it, lifting that arm up one more time before we come back to center. You can shake it out a little bit, wag your tail, look from left to right, maybe do some circles with the center of your body, or cat and cow again, if that feels right for you. Just kind of neutralizing the spine before we go to the other side. Inhaling your left arm this time, reaching up as far as you can go, and exhale underneath the right. The back of your left hand is pressing onto the mat. And inhale again, stretching. Exhale, coming in to thread the needle pose. Really using those hands to get further into the stretch. And one last time, inhale and exhale, and we'll stay here for a moment longer, possibly extending your right leg and putting the right hand, moving it forward a little bit. And then bring your hand back, your knee back, raise one more time, and come back to center. Again, wagging the tail if you need to, and do a few shoulder circles maybe. And we'll come directly onto our buttocks for some hip exercises here. You can bring your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. Your feet can be close to your body or further away, whatever feels best to you. Make sure your spine is straight. And you can actively hold onto your shins to ensure that your chest is proud and you have a long back. And then as you inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward and gently open up your legs with your elbows. Pressing some weight onto your legs and coming forward to whatever feels comfortable for you. With each exhale, go a little bit further into the stretch. With each inhale, lengthen your spine a little bit. And then come back up. Open up your arms and we'll go for Garudasana arms. So eagle arms, intertwining your arms. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come forward just a little bit. Stretch in your legs and stretch in your shoulders. Lean forward to where your body naturally stops. Now remember which arm is on top before we go back out and switch sides. So for me it was the right arm on top. So now I want the left arm on top. Make sure to get both sides evenly. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come forward. Again, move with your breath. And then come back up. Inhale, open up those arms again. Press those thumbs back, trying to touch behind you. Shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll come up to the front of our mats. Coming into a standing position where you can bend your knees and try to touch the floor or go as low as you can with your hands. And you might want to keep your feet about hip distance apart. And then lift your hands up to shoulder height. Shoulders are away from the ear, warming the legs slowly. And exhale, forward fold, coming down, bending as far forward as you can with your belly. Your hands can be resting anywhere on your knees, on your legs except for your knees, so above or below. Try to keep your back long. And then bend your knees again one more time. Bring your hands up to shoulder distance. And then step your right leg back, coming into warrior two. Sink a little bit lower. And bring your hands on the inside of the left leg, lowering your knee down. And flip your left foot out a little bit, leaning forward with your hips. And do this in a fluid motion. So coming forward with your weight on your hands and then moving back. You can also do this on fists if you're having wrist issues. And remember to go only as far as feels right for you. Moving forward and back very gently. And one last time forward, and then let's rest here for a moment. You can relax your right foot onto the mat. If you like to, you can come down lower onto your forearms if that's available for you. And we'll stay here for a moment, even if it's a bit uncomfortable, really opening up those hips. Your neck is relaxed, your gaze is down, in between your hands. And then gently coming back up. Lengthen that back right leg and push the heel back, so straightening the leg, strong leg. Feel the stretch in your calf muscle. And then lower down your heel, come back into warrior two one more time, lowering down. And then come forward into a high lunge. And take a step forward to the front of your mat. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands by your side, palms facing forward, feet outer hip distance apart. Strong pose, and now close your eyes for just a moment, feeling the difference between the sides of your body. Feeling your breath flow in and out through your nose. Maybe feeling your baby exercising with you, moving. Maybe you're not feeling the baby just yet. That will come. Send some love to your baby. Send some fresh breaths, wonderful air, filled with love, down to the little miracle inside of you. And then gently open your eyes again. Bend your knees again. And bring your arms out in front of you. Warming those legs one more time. I'm going to switch sides right here. And then bend forward, fold forward. Feeling the stretch in the back side of your legs, long spine. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, come a little bit further into the stretch. And then bend your knees one more time. Bring your arms back to shoulder height. And take a step back with the left foot this time. Coming into warrior two. On the other side, sinking a little bit lower. Shoulders are away from the ears. And then come forward, pivot on the left leg and lower down your left knee. Sinking forward on the other side and coming into this movement for your right hip. Moving your hips forward and back, forward and back. If you have two blocks, you can do this, place your hands on blocks to be a little bit higher, whatever is available for you. And then the next time you're at the front, you can relax your left foot, turn your toes out to the right, and sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Sinking your hips forward, letting the right hip, right knee gently fall to the side. And maybe you can come down lower onto your forearms. If this is uncomfortable, send your breath right to where it's uncomfortable, probably in your right hip. Breathe into it. And then slowly come back up onto your hands. Straighten the back leg. Press the heel back. Really stretch into that back leg. And then place your hip on your knee, your heel on the floor, and come into warrior two. One more time before you step forward and come up to standing. One more exercise. Take a wide stance and let your toes come in slightly, pointing towards the middle. Now you can grasp your hands behind your back in prayer position and extend your arms away from your body as much as possible. Pulling your hands down and back behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Slight micro bend in your knees. And from here, bend your knees, release your hands, and come down into a squat. You might want to move from side to side until you come to a position where you can ideally have your full foot on the mat and your hands at your heart center with a long spine. And we're going to end in this position today. This is a great stretch, so you can stay in this as long as you like. Try to do this every day in preparation for giving birth. This will be definitely beneficial to have stretched and opened those hips nicely in the time before. So with that, I'll leave you. Have a nice day. I hope you feel well. Namaste.